be more than a perfect body with a pretty hairdo. And then I stepped out into the world. I opened my eyes to the truth about being a girl. I heard guys say things like, dude, she was 10 times tighter than that girl you hit and quit Ray, or I want to pipe your sister someday, or her ass looks like a racetrack with those stretch marks, but at least it's big like Kim K. I am not an object. I have a voice. The moment you misidentified everything was when you forgot that not even 100 years ago, I could not vote. Look at what happens when you try to demote the very bodies that give birth to you, please. We are used to it all and we are appalled, but you see, we don't know what it's like to be freed. And that is the truth about being a girl.
For me, I didn't experience things like social standards for girls and women until social media, and I wasn't scared to be alone at night until I could drive myself. It's just little things like these that women in America are faced with and made aware of every single day. This has prompted me to delve deeper into what it's like for other women. Being a woman in America holds a different story for each person. Although they may see the same things, they may not experience them. For obvious reasons, such as moving here from a different country or growing up in a different family. So, influenced by some of the novels we have read this year, I came up with questions to figure out other women's experiences and opinions. In The Great Gatsby, an ongoing theme throughout the novel is that women are seen as property. Neither Tom nor Gatsby treat Daisy with respect, as can be seen when Daisy says herself, "The best thing a girl can be in this world, a beautiful little fool." So I came up with some questions about what it is like to be an adult woman in America, to see different perspectives. The first question I asked, do you think there are certain standards held for women in America?
Yes, absolutely. I think that women are believed to play certain roles in their families and in their work situations.
Yes, I feel a little more old-fashioned than I would expect as America, but definitely yes.
Yes, I would say that like regards to women, we get judged more. You know, like so if a woman is married, if the marriage breaks up, for a lot of women that come to therapy and stuff, it deems to be her problem, the reason why the marriage fell apart. If the children get on drugs or whatever, it always seems to come upon women. So women carry a big load. So kind of like, you know, the makeup of the family is based upon women, and then when you go into culture, you know what I'm saying, that's a total different thing because it goes deeper with each culture. So, yeah.
There is no doubt that women are held to certain standards. Whether it's in their families, at work, or in different cultures, it is evident that the majority of women can see that they are present. Just like we could see that Daisy was trying to follow the standard of being seen as dumb and inept back in the 20s when the book was set. It is clear to see that nothing has changed except the type of standards in place. After gathering this information, I was curious to find out more. Because of the reoccurring theme of women not being able to do what they want and believe in the novel Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston, I am now left wondering if women are shamed for showing self-expression and if many of them stand up for what they believe in even after being put down.
I don't think so. I think most of women now, they're getting stronger and they express themselves the way they want to be portrayed, actually. But no, I think now just like I can see with also, you know, the Me Too, you know, movement that also forced women just say, hey, this is who I am, you like it or you're not. But I think the woman is getting just stronger and just like less submissive. That's what I believe.
I wouldn't say as much now as it was maybe 20, 30 years ago.
And I was thinking about, somebody mentioned in the 60s, oh, I know, with Memorial Day, because I was actually, you know, protesting back then. So it's kind of normal to just be back to that now. For the nuclear missiles and the women's rights, civil rights, all these things that we've been talking about since the 60s. It's all back again.
Going against what I previously thought, my interviewees do not believe women are shamed for showing self-expression because we as a country have grown over time. It has also become apparent that we as women are having to stand up for the same rights and improvements we made in the 60s all over again. This prompted me to further my questioning, going off of the ongoing theme that women are perceived as weak creatures that are expected to submit to men in The Crucible by Arthur Miller. I asked, how often do you think women are threatened or receive threats by people, or specifically from men? And how often do you see women being told what to do or how to act?
Now, everybody may not deal with it daily, but if you're a woman here in America, we do have it better here than most countries. So that don't justify, the abuse that some women do face. But here, maybe once a week, twice a week, you can be threatened sexually or, looked down upon because you're in a job. So yes, maybe like once a week.
I don't know, in my experience, I would say not very often. I feel like in the area that I live, I think women are treated pretty equally.
It seems that people are still seeing women being threatened here in America, but we are not seeing women being bossed around and being told how to act as much anymore. This shows that we have made improvements over the years in our country, but I was still curious to find out one more thing. The final question I asked was, do you feel safe being a woman in America?
Definitely yes. More than anywhere in the world, actually. So like I said, growing up everywhere in the world, and that will be the safest place to live in America. And I'm from France, so it's a rich country, and you would think that, the power of women and equality, especially with celebrities, you're not allowed to photograph kids, stuff like that, instead like in America. But it's funny because I'm from a small town, and I will feel safer to walk in Central Park at 2 o'clock in the morning than in my old small little village in France after 7 o'clock.
Because I'm from overseas, from South Korea, I feel a little more safe than Korea. However, recent years, I can't really say yes.
I feel safe in some ways and not safe in other ways. Like I said before, I think women in America are always on guard, always watching out for ourselves, always checking on our surroundings, always being sure of where we park, and analyzing if we're going to leave the theater at night, how far do we have to walk by ourselves? It's constant.
To conclude my hypothesis about what it's like to be a woman in America, I can officially say we have made extensive improvements as a country to help aid women's lives in general. America as a country is working on things like eliminating certain standards for women and being more accepting, although we have already improved tremendously from how things used to be. It is also evident that we are unfortunately reverting back to fighting for things like abortion laws once again, 60 years later. We are fortunate to be one of the safest places in the world, and for some people who have experienced what it is like outside of America, they are fortunate to always feel safe here compared to other places. But for other women who have lived here their whole lives and don't know any different, America can be a scary place at times. I guess the final conclusion of what it's like to be a woman in America right now is that it will not be the same as tomorrow or the next day, because we never know what the future will hold. more of our rights could get taken away or new opportunities could settle into place. And that is what it's like to be a woman in America.
If I